Okay guys, here's today's bike. It's a Diamondback interval, looks like a 58 centimeter. Pretty good bike. It does have its issues, and I just picked this up off of Craigslist, but let's take a look at what we've got here. The wheels, some sort of Joy rim, Continental tires that certainly need to be changed, Shimano RX 100, front brakes, made in Taiwan. It's a full chromoly frame, TIG welded. We have the RXS brifters, and obviously these cables in the housing are completely gone. I'm going to try to replace the cables and see what happens, but I don't think that the left brifter works correctly. I'm also hoping that the stem isn't seized, but I will check on that, as well as the seat post should be okay. Little sticker there says full chromoly, which is very cool. And in terms of a crank set, we have some Shimano Nexus triple, which is very cool, and just sort of like a generic Shimano rear derailleur. Chain is completely rusted, that's got to be replaced. An RSX front derailleur, and the rear brake is an RX 100 to complement the one up front. Eveneer saddle is actually, I think, leather. It's pretty decent. But all in all, a pretty good bike. Sort of a touring setup with that triple, but those shifters are going to have to be addressed somehow. You know, if nothing else, it's good for parts. But it's going to be easy enough for me to get up and running as a functional geared bike. I just may have to replace the brake levers and the shifters, the cables, tires. There's a little bit to it, but it's a good platform for sure. Very nice looking bike, and we'll see how it goes. And here's a quick follow-up video of the Diamondback interval. I spent probably a little bit over an hour fixing it up. I did end up replacing the shift cables, both front and back, as well as the housing. It was actually the first time I ever worked on one of these STI brifter shifters, and it was really straightforward, and I actually got them to work. The chain, it's not a great chain. I did oil it up, and there were no stiff links, so I kept the original one on. Did some minor adjustments to the rear and front derailleur, also adjusted the rear brake as well as the front brake, and put a new tube in the back. The tires are okay, they're serviceable. They're high quality tires, just a little bit old, but they've still got some life in them, so I left those on there and just cleaned it up. And this is how she sits. Diamondback interval. Throwing this up on Craigslist, and we'll see what we can do.